Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is Meek and I am back with another arcade video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own drum kits within arcade. Also go ahead and check out all of my other videos on arcade, all just super creative, and I spend a lot of time meditating on ideas for videos for arcade 2.0, arcade period, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So subscribe if you want to keep up with me. Let's get started. So I'm going to pull up arcade. Okay. So now we're in arcade. The first thing you want to do is go up here to where it says new sampler kit, and you want to click these three dots and create a new sampler kit, okay? Because we're going to be using samples. This always pops up. Just push discard unless you're working on something, then of course you want to save it. So I'm going to discard that. When you are creating a drum kit, the first thing you want to know is what type of drum kit that you want to create. Do you want to create an R&B kit? Do you want to create a trap kit? Do you want to do neo soul, jazz, alternative, house? Okay, you got to consider that because that's going to help you when you are choosing a line. So I am feeling retro, alternative, choose the 80s because I want some 80s synth pop drums. Okay, so you want to go to lines. I did that so fast. So you want to go to your lines and you want to find the kit that matches your vibe. So I'm going to go to the 80s, go to the line page, and you want to go to samples. Okay, and here you are at the samples. Okay, now what we're going to be doing is just dragging these samples onto our keyboard, our keys, okay? But we want to choose the samples and everything like that. So let's see what they got here. The cool thing about making a drum kit in arcade with arcade stock sounds is that when you go to the instrument, you can be very specific on the type of instrument you want. So if you want drums, if you want a clap, if you want a drum kit, drum machine, I mean, you got all of these options to make your search smoother. You got hi-hats, keys, kick, you see there. So I'm going to go to kick. I'm going to find a kick. So when I'm listening to these loops, it's very careful to listen closely because I'm listening to the kick. What type of sound does the kick make? The snare within that loop, because you can drag a sample in just for the snare even though it has kicks and everything like that, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Alright, I'm going to just drag this in. Alright. I'm going to drag this sample in because it has a clap in there. Okay, so you want to make sure you download it first. If you don't download it, you click this cloud thing and download it. If it's not clicked, you can't drag it in. Put that on the third one. Alright, and I'm still looking for a snare. Alright, it's going to be my snare. And put that right there. That rhymed. Okay, and then I'm going to find a hi-hat. That. I'm going to drag that in. And I'm putting mine on this side of the keyboard just because certain keys in my MIDI don't work. So that's the only reason. Oh. Okay, that's give me a crash or an open hi-hat vibe. I like that. Oh, I love that. Alright, so I got my kick, snare, closed hi-hat, open hi-hat, clap. I want some percussion sound. So let's go, exit out that, we go to instruments, and you go to percussion. Okay, I like that. Put that right there. Alright, make sure we're not forgetting anything. Just double check. Fills, quiet, claps, strong, da 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 da. Now you can get some toms and triangles and things like that. I like that. So we're done. So now we're going to click up here to where this audio wave is above this square. Click that, and now we are in our kit. So I like to name mods after I edit everything. It's like a kid. I like to get to know it first before I come up with a name. So first things first, we're going to click on our key with our kick. All right, we're going to press it. All right, and now we see the full entire wave. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make a one shot, because we don't want to use this whole sample, right? So I'm going to first of all zoom in. The way I zoom in is I hover over this box, okay, and I scroll downward. All right, and then you scroll right or left, depending on, what part of the loop that you want to see. So I'm scrolling right to get to the left. All right, scroll down so there's some more in there. All right, and then scroll right. All right, perfect. So I just want this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this loop. All right, and then I'm going to go to my other, loop marker, end marker, and I'm going to just drag it right before the second kick comes in, and I'm going to zoom in to make sure I got it perfect, okay? Don't zoom in too much. All right. So then I'm going to do the same thing with my snare. I'm going to find which part of this loop has the snare sound that I like. I like that first one. So let's turn off this loop. You got to make sure you turn off the loop, okay? I'm going to tell you something very important. So this loop defaultly is on all of your samples, okay? It just does that, okay? Turn it off so you can edit the real actual loop, not just the part that loops. All right, and I want to bring the starting marker here. All right, and I'm just going to zoom in to make sure I got it right on the mark. You see how it's a little bit off? That's why you need to zoom in. Right here. I like that one. It got like a little layered clap underneath. All right. All right, so I'm just going to edit me a clap out of there. All right, so here I'm going to zoom in again. So what I'm going to do is try to get this better on the marker. So over here where you see, the grid line to some 1/4 right here, you can change that to like 1/64, right? And now you can see where this sample starts, all right? So it actually has a beginning. All right, so let me turn this loop off, put it here. There we go. Now we're right on the money. All right? So I'm going to zoom out. And you can put it at 132. I just like to do mine really small so I can see. Put it there. Alright, so I'm going to edit my hi-hat. Turn off this looper. I like this part right here. Cool. Put that at 116. Let's see something. Yep, there we go. Alright, so then zoom out and put it right there. Right there. Okay. That's just gonna be an open or it can be a crash, whatever. It's like a crash too. Sometimes I get my crash and open hi-hats mixed up, but sometimes I've used the open hi-hat as a crash, depending on. I'll probably add some reverb to that. Some delay. That defaultly always comes on that effect sense. So I'm gonna call this Street Fight. It reminds me of an 80s Street Fight. So you go to these 3 dots, save as. 80s Street Spotify. Alright, and description I could put 80s pop synth drums. Now say if you want to use a snare from another kid and you just wasn't feeling that one, you can just go to another line, and say if we went to the 70s and we go to instruments, samples, instrument, go to snare. You can just drag that onto, you gotta download it first, and then you can just drag it to where, you'd like. I'm gonna put it here, just because I don't want to delete that just yet, okay? And then if you go back here, you can get back to your, custom kit window. All right, that sounds cool with some reverb on there. That's more like it, okay. That's the sound I was going for. Okay. So let me just create a loop. Let's create a loop, and then we're gonna create a drum pattern. So I'm gonna go here, duplicate, and let me create a loop real quick. So now I'm about to make a drum pattern with our drum kit. So let's go here, and in Logic you got to create a pattern region. All right, and I got functions, transpose 1 octave. I want a better clap than that. Let me go to clap. I'm gonna go to my clap, and I'm gonna go to the mixer. Turn the volume up. I'm gonna turn my kick up too. This is definitely not the 80s swing I was going for, whatever. All right. All right, so if we go to the mixer on the master, you can put some compression on there. All right, and the way I did that, I just went to master area, and where it said empty, I just put, on that compression. I'm gonna put a limiter on there, but this is how you give your song some beat. Now let me mix my drums real quick in Arcade. Let's see. All right. That was very fun. Okay, so that is how you make a drum kit in Arcade.